Hello everyone, I'm Forrest McFreelove, and this is Speedplay Conclave number 20. We left off having secured Croatia. We're going to also destroy the Kingdom of Galicia, and probably the Kingdom of Swabia Minor as well. Previously, we had destroyed the Empire of Swabia, and this just kind of cleans up what we have to deal with our vassals. We also look for claimants in Aquitaine and Germany, in an attempt to hopefully get them into our state so we can overthrow those countries and bring them into the Roman fold. Besides that, it's mainly going to be, we don't really need to fight that many wars to go into Aquitaine and Germany. Going after Croatia was hard enough with the coalitions against us. We also have a new heir, our own son, who is supported by a weirdly large amount of the aristocracy. That said and done, we do manage to get these people into our kingdom, or into our empire, into our court. They, however, do have marriages, so we're already going to have to take care of that through plots. So you'll see we are setting up these plots already, 545%, so it's probably going to happen pretty quickly. We go ahead and ransom off all of the key prisoners we took in that Croatian war, as apparently we managed to get quite a bit of the rest of Europe's aristocracy into our prison. And with that, we go ahead and build a massive cavalry retinue of 26 groups, and we go ahead and start funding them up to half strength, and then from there to full strength. Now, the reason for that is we have a massive coalition against us. It says it's 3 separate coalitions, but it's kind of just one, really. We tried to set up a matrilineal marriage, but our family member is Muslim. We tried to get them to convert, but they won't at all. They really hate us. I'm not sure why I thought I could bring it up to plus 38. So that failing, we go ahead and arrange a betrothal. And with that done, we could claim some territories. We do go ahead and try to assassinate one of the claimants' wives. We're probably going to succeed with that, but it may take quite some time. Overall, though, we have 2 years until that betrothal turns into a marriage, so it doesn't really matter in the quickest of terms. We keep having to pass off viceroyalty titles, but that's really the point of them, and it's completely fine. We could now claim Aquitaine, however, we aren't quite where we want to be with that just yet. We also have a new pope, and we can arrange a betrothal. Apparently one of the other claimants just kind of died. But we have 2 years until we can claim Aquitaine. We do start asking for money from the pope, and that brings us up to a pretty decent level, 4,000 something ducats. You'll notice we haven't been spending any of our money on improving our holdings. That's because we can just improve our army and take holdings. We also will be able to stop being a kinslayer. So we go ahead, pay the pope, get that taken care of. And with all those other people already assassinated, we work on assassinating our Sunni merchant leader. However, we are discovered, so we gain that trait once again. We'll also notice that Catholicism has spread massively, and Sweeby culture has even spread. Not as much as Catholicism, but still fairly well. We go ahead and switch to full maintenance. Apparently it also affects the rate of maintenance. I thought it would go up at full speed until it got halfway, but no, it just goes at half speed. So we bring it up to full speed. We also, you'll notice, have 7,600 mercenaries marching to the border. We have plots to get people loyal to us on the kingdoms of Aquitaine and Germany, and you'll see we're even still assassinating people in order to get that filled out. We don't have our people ready to take over the smaller countries. We do go ahead and marry a claimant ourselves, just because why not? That's probably a good choice. We could claim Aquitaine for one of the men, but not for our wife. And we declare war on Provence in order that we may just march through and clean that whole thing up. We even raise our Italian vassal armies, almost 10,000 men, just to speed the process up, because we really do not want to fight a massive world-spanning coalition over these 2 provinces. And with that all said and done, we just charge up. They also, some of the people who are claimants have children, and as brutal as it is, we're going to have to take care of them so that when they take over the thrones, their heirs will be in our dynasty. Now, admittedly, that doesn't quite get us control over the territories, but it will get dynasty members in control. And from there, we'll move forward and see what we can do, but it isn't even that big of a concern right now. Our main concern is going to be claiming all of Burgundy, and we can hopefully do that fairly quickly. We do kind of just reshuffle our vassals, just trying to get under the vassal limit. It's going to be the constant struggle with our expansion, staying under the vassal limit, but we're pulling it off fairly well. One big issue is apparently we have Finnmark, which is just kind of interesting, and also an island off in the North Sea. So we're going to just grant those to our Italian viceroy, and hopefully if we ever end up fighting up there, we can raise his 10,000 man army and all of his ships to go fight. We also hold a triumph for winning those two provinces and attack a third. It seems as though we're going to really have to use our Italian armies as kind of a bludgeon across the Alps. And if we manage to just use them frequently enough, we can win these wars pretty straightforwardly. We are ready to go into Burgundy and also into Upper Burgundy. We're getting really low on our piety. However, we should have just enough to claim all of these areas, move in, and just clean them all up. Once we pull this off, and you'll notice we're now fighting that massive world-spanning coalition again. Once we do pull this off, though, we're only going to border Aquitaine and Germany in this area, which is pretty helpful. We will be able to get claimants, hopefully, on their thrones fairly soon, and just kind of continue plotting to do that and achieve as much victory as we can in as little conflict as possible. That's really going to be the overall goal now that we're fighting so much of the world. And we are being fought in Avaria, just everywhere. We are still plotting to kill more of the potential successors. We get the depressed trait. Overall, though, our armies are doing quite well. We only get to 99% war score, but they accept peace anyway. And with that all said and done, we start looking for people we can hand titles to. We finally do have family members who are both unlanded and who we can just kind of throw in there. So we do that, and hopefully, since we are now bogging down with our rate of expansion, it means that we'll have enough family members that most territories can just go into the family. Now, that's really just the ideal way. We'll see if that's how it actually goes. We hold another triumph for ourselves, and we have even more holdings just kind of off in the distance. Upper Burgundy, though, is going to be the next goal. It'll be the final thing we need to do to take over all of these Burgundian areas. And with that, we'll probably have to turn away from Burgundy and all of these things as we are out of piety. So we need to go fight Muslims after this, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. There's still quite a bit of fighting to be done. We also have a heretical member of our family, but their relations are good enough with us that once this war is done, we can hopefully convert them. If it was a fun heresy, I'd probably leave them alone, but it really isn't. And we have a new Pope vassal. Once again, just always new Pope vassals, always new vassals. It's pretty great. Speaking of new vassals, our great viceroy has died, so we have to just go spread everything to a new one. He started out hating us, but we granted him enough titles that he loves us. And that is the power of viceroyalties. And with all that done, the wars are over, more viceroyalties being handed out, and just some children we need to educate. At this point, we are not really going to press militarily into Aquitaine and Germany. We're probably going to bring ourselves over against the Muslims, load everything up. We still have to fight the Venetians, but we have peace with them until 971. So we have 3 years until we can actually take the final thing missing in Italy and Croatia. So until then, we're going to go ahead and launch ourselves a holy war. Just getting the rest of Anatolia back into our grasp, as they have controlled that basically forever, and it'll be nice to get them out. Unfortunately, we are fighting that world-spanning coalition in order to do this, so if you were hoping for an easy, quick fight, then that's probably not going to happen, and sadly I was, and it isn't going to happen. You'll see they're attacking one of our small groups. Luckily, we reinforce in time. We also have a Lombard revolt. Hopefully our Italian viceroy will just kind of take care of that on his own. We begin to march south to their capital in an attempt to just siege them out and make them surrender. Sadly, everywhere has really large garrisons. We still attack with our retinue cavalry division and a few other groups, and we'll keep winning the battles, hopefully. I consider making a viceroy kingdom out of Andalusia, however we don't have enough piety, which is quite unfortunate. Overall, though, we have only raised our most convenient troops to raise, and we don't even have very many mercenaries at this point. We do have to fight off massive enemy armies, not really massive, but massive compared to our own. We are charging in with only our cavalry elements. We go ahead and just upgrade our cavalry mid-battle. Hopefully that takes effect. I'm not actually sure the rules on implementation. And it looks as though we are winning fairly handedly. They have a lot of reinforcements coming in that could hinder us quite a bit. They are also charging south in order to attack our troops. They are attacking our troops. Hopefully we'll get in quickly enough. Cavalry is pretty great for that. We are offered a non-aggression pact by Ghana, interestingly enough. Apparently our family lost control over Ghana. They really don't serve any function, but we're going to just accept it because, I mean, why not? We also lose our depressed trait, which is quite nice. Thanks, friends. Alright, moving on. The war is still in progress. Auto-saving occurs. We go ahead and just move our troops together and start assaulting holdings. The reason we're doing this now is, quite frankly, I think we'll lose more troops if we just try to hold on to everything and fight till the end of days, basically. So instead of that, we fight a major battle. We do win it, thankfully. We have quite a bit of retinue cavalry, which hopefully will be helping us just for the rest of time. And we are offered peace, which we go ahead and eagerly accept. So with that done, we have all of the Kingdom of Anatolia under our control. We go ahead and grant a title to our son, not our heir, but one of our other sons. I accidentally grant him the viceroyalty before granting everyone else everything, but we just transfer vassalage, and there we go. Just like that, we are 8,100 personal score, 33,000 dynastic score, and you'll notice we're bringing the Roman Empire further piece by piece. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.